Welcome back, Nick Lenz. Comic Corner, Classics slash Non-Classics. This is episode number 1042 and Doubleshot number 936. Got two Marvel trades, both of them cosmic related, and both involving the Kree. Yes, the Kree. First up, it is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, The Final Gauntlet. Written by Danny Cotis, artwork by Jeff Shaw. Yep. The cover art is done by Dave Marquez and Dean White. This picks up right after the events of Infinity Wars. No, I have not reviewed Infinity Wars. I've read it. I thought it was a pretty damn good event where we do something new. Turning Gamora villain, having her kill Thanos, not Drax, like he's been proclaiming over the years, and apparently kill Star-Lord. Yep, so pretty much for this particular run, for this particular set of issues, we have dealing with the aftermath. Apparently the Guardians somewhat disbanded. Also, I love the fact that Cotis kept the same logo that the original run under Dan Abbott and Andy Lanning. I'm glad he kept this logo because I love this logo for Guardians. Now, this new lineup, when I first saw this, I even talked about this one. Now, I understand having Star-Lord and Groot there because part of the films. He added the Cosmic Ghost Rider to the group, despite, initially, but he's not a member of the Guardians. Nope. He remembered about an issue and he just leaves. And I asked, okay, why Silver Surfer? Because he's a cool character. That's the reason why he added it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, and also apparently Star Fox has turned bad for some reason. Yeah, and I also got Bird Face. Yeah, the thing opens up with Believe It or Not. Now, in case you weren't in the cover, okay, who is this blue-skinned woman wearing sort of a Captain Marvel style uniform? Believe it or not, that's Cyville. You're probably thinking, wait, isn't Cyville dead? Didn't Thanos kill her 9 years ago? Well, that is true. This is an alternate version of the character. And this right here, despite the fact you might think, wait, is that Moondragon? Yeah, those are not familiar with Moondragon. She's an old cosmic character. I believe Echoheart is responsible for creating this character. Yeah, Moondragon. Yeah. Also, not from the 616 universe. She's also from the same universe as Cyville. And here's the thing about these two. They're a lesbian couple. Just like the 616 version of these characters. Why not? I don't have a problem with it. Now, Nova. Not in issue 1. He doesn't show up halfway through the storyline. Gladiator, despite the fact being on the cover. Not a member of the group. Also, Beta Ray Bill is in here. He does initially join the group. He actually saves the group by the time the storyline ends. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, is that Darkhawk in the cover? Yes, it is. Is he in the actual story itself? No. As a matter of fact, most of this cover is a freaking lie. For one thing, Gladiator joins a separate Guardians group. He is offered to join the main group, but he turns up because the Emperor of the Sheer Empire. In the case of the others, well, Groot obviously stays because he's obviously a Guardian. Gamora, who basically didn't like the fact she basically a chubby villain, and apparently she's now hooked up with Star-Lord. Yeah, they're a couple now. And by the way, the next issue opens up with these two, they in the aftermath of those two having sex. Yep. By the way, Star-Lord is not the first guy she slept with. She's also with Nova, Anna Morlock. She's even had sex with Tony Stark when he was member of the Guardians. That's not a joke. She seriously did that. And the joke is basically after they had sex, he said basically he basically hit on her and says, I can have anything you hit at me. And then they have sex and she's like, I'm going back to the bar. And after she leaves, he says, ow. So it's really painful to have sex with freaking Gamora, the adopted daughter of Thanos. Also, Drax can speak normally. Not Drax. Groot. Yeah, Groot can speak normally now. He can also create little Groots. As far as I remember, this did not happen in Infinity War. It's been a year since ever Infinity War, so I didn't remember that happening. That's something new for him. Also, the Guardians have got a brand new ship called the Rider. I don't think it's named after Richard Red. I think it's just a brand new ship he got. Also, Star-Lord doesn't like to do anything except drink. He drinks heavily. He becomes an alcoholic in this storyline. Because, well, the thing is, he got killed by Gamora and he got resurrected. So he is feeling guilt. And he's able to turn Gamora back being hero. Now, basically the thing started, it's like, okay, like, where's the Guardians? Okay, Drax is dead. Yeah, Drax, I think, as far as I can tell, I don't think he died. It's been a while since I've read Infinity War's Fallen Guardian, that it's implied that Drax died in the issue. I don't remember him dying. Apparently, Groot is basically normal. Gamora is a villain, despite the... Now, yeah, that actually was true because he turned villain in Infinity Wars. As Rocket, they say they don't talk about Rocket. If you wonder what happened to Rocket, that's explained in the next storyline. There's even a cover that features his return before his return. It's like it's a horror style cover. Yeah, apparently he's basically not doing too well. Yeah, I'm not really sure why Danny Coates kept him out of these issues. I don't know why, but we also have the return of the Black Order. Technically, this is the first appearance since the events of No Surrender. Yeah, that was the last time they showed up prior to this very storyline. Yep. And apparently we have the apparent return of Thanos, but it doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, he briefly gets resurrected, not fully there, and his body is destroyed. And that's the last they deal with frickin' Thanos. Also, Hela shows up in this storyline. Yes, Hela from the Thor comics. Who remembers what happened in the first arc of the relaunch of the current Thor run? Well, the most recent volume of the series. And no, I've not heard who's going to take over the book. Because King Thor is the last thing that Jason Aaron's going to do for Thor, aside from still writing him in the pages of frickin' Avengers. Now, Beta Reveal mentions a miniseries in the coast also, which I'll talk about in my next review, which I do have it here. This overall is a good set of issues. Now, the thing in this particular run is I love it. It is really, really good. I love it. Because I knew Danny Coates was doing Fantastic Job in Venom, and I figured, oh, why not check Guardians? And I basically love the series, and I figured, oh, pick up the damn trade. And that's what I did. I bought this damn thing. I own it. It's not a library trade. It's mine. Yep. Give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. It's really good. Thoroughly enjoyable book. Basically, the new Guardians are basically these fallen people. Star-Lord Groot, obviously. Along with Beta Ray Bill, Cyville, Gamora, Mantis, and Lockjaw, who's part of the group. Yep, that's the lineup for the group. Yep. And apparently Nova is still with the Nova Corps. Yep. And I keep wondering though, Marvel, can we please give him a series, please? Because I think it was stupid that you ended the last Nova book after only releasing 7 issues. 7. How stupid can you be in the book at the particular number? Okay, moving on to a different cosmic book. We have Avengers, the Kree Skrull War, a classic storyline from the 1970s that was loosely to be inspiration for the Captain Marvel film that came out this year. Written by Roy Thomas, artwork by John Buscema, Sal Buscema, and Neil Adams. Also, now I saw the back cover for this. Look at this. Now, this cover was also used for Essential Avengers Volume 4. Look at this. Help me! 3 cows shot me down! Yeah, this collects issues 89 and 97 of the classic Avengers series, of the original classic Avengers book. Now, the thing with this storyline is this. We have the whole thing with the Kree Skrull War. The whole thing with the Krees does not get heavily involved until like half of the storyline. Now, apparently, they mentioned the whole thing about this is also a follow-up to the first appearance of the Skrulls back in Fantastic Four #2. Yes. In that very storyline, there were 4 Skrulls who attempted to invade the planet. And they fought the Fantastic Four, they lost, And so they were hypnotized by by Reed Richards to think they were freaking cows. Yep. And according to Neil Adams, and Roy Thomas is very familiar with this particular scene, that apparently Jack Kirby only drew 3 cows. So, the 4th cow is actually the main villain of the storyline. Yes, a man named Chronic, I think his name is. He was a politician who was very much like, aliens, 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 kill the aliens. And he thinks that the Avengers are collaborators. Yes. I'm like, yeah, this is how. Now, the way the storyline is written, it's basically how what people think of when people think of Skrulls and their propaganda, and what people think of the mass hysteria involving alien invasions. That comes from this very storyline. Also, Rick Jones is a big hero of the storyline, and a lot of stuff related to Marvel that happens in here was basically given to Carol Danvers in the Captain Marvel film. Also, this very storyline, believe it or not, was inspiration for Brian Michael Bendis to create the Illuminati, which his group was consisted of Reed Richards, Iron Man, Black Bolt, Professor Charles Xavier, yeah, he was part of the group, Doctor Strange, I'm trying to think who else was part of it. Yeah, Black Panther was offered to join the group, but he turned him down. But he did eventually join the group back in I think it was 2013. I think it was. Yeah. But this overall, this is a really good classic story, and there's a lot of politics stuff involving in what happens in here. Oh, in case you're wondering, this cover here, it's not cover for any of the actual stories, and apparently this actually was supposed this line that Vision says. This, believe it or not, was actually, and I kid you not, that was going to be titled of one of the issues. But the editor didn't like it so much, so they changed it. Now we also have Triton of the Inhumans. Yeah, the Inhumans get involved with the storyline. Yeah, and we also have Ronan the Accuser. Why not? Because it's the freaking Kree. Why not also involve Ronan the Accuser? But it's not the only book I have that involves. As a matter of fact, my next two also involves Ronan the Accuser. And Rick Jones, who basically summons a bunch of fake versions of people like the Liberty Legion. Now he summons a bunch of characters. He summons all these characters. Some of these characters you're probably who the heck are these characters? Now three of them obviously are Captain America, Submariner, and this is the Jim Hammond Human Torch, not Johnny Storm. If you're wondering who, okay, this guy here, green suit, green skin, you're probably thinking, is that Martian Manhunter? No, that's actually the Vision. Yeah, this Vision is actually an alien, not a robot. Who is this guy next to the Human Torch? That is a guy named Angel. His name is Robert Howell, I think his real name is. This guy here, you're probably thinking, is that the Ghost Rider? Nope, that's a guy called the Blazing Skull. That is not a joke. That seriously is his name. And this guy here, that's Jeffrey Malice, a.k.a. the Patriot. Also, the man who was Captain America from the year 1945 to 1951. Yeah, he was Captain America for 6 years. He was recognized by Marvel Comics that he was Captain America in the late 50s. And as for who the guy is behind Angel, I have no idea who this guy is. I have honestly no idea. Now, the recurring joke about the Blazing Skull is that people, because of his flaming head, that people commonly mistake him for the character of the Ghost Rider, but he isn't. He really isn't. The whole point of him here is to have him fight the frickin' Skrulls and Ronan the Accuser. Yeah, this overall is a great classic storyline. I do recommend people fans of the Avengers give this book a 10 out of 10. Awesome classic storyline. Coming out from the year of, let's see, I think it was 1970s. Let's see. It doesn't say in here. But in case you're wondering, a lot of the covers for Avengers look like this. Yeah, in case you're wondering about the logo for Avengers, that was actually very common for the 60s style logo for the Avengers. But This is a classic 70s issue. Also, Carol Danvers is in here, but this is before she got her powers as Miss Marvel. Yep. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. Oh, also one other thing. Neil Adams, who drew this cover, he actually explained this in the backup. Now, this is a new printing of Kree Skrull War. He has explained in a letter afterward, done by Neil Adams, that he did 19 years ago. Yep, I had to basically give that out there, okay? So yeah, that's it for this particular review. Next review will involve two trades involving the Inhumans. Yep, one is a miniseries that came out last year. The other is a miniseries that came out, I think it was like a year or two ago. It came out not too long ago, but both written by really good writers. You'll find out what they are in the next review, okay? But do this next review. Bye.